Conscious Leadership Podcast, the human side of leadership, where consciousness meets practical business leadership. The podcast dives into real challenges managers face, from team motivation to navigating change. Discover actionable insight, proven strategies, and inspiring stories to help you lead with clarity, authenticity, and impact. Whether you are an SME owner, a team leader, or simply passionate about conscious leadership, this podcast will equip you with the tools to build stronger teams, foster trust, and achieve sustainable success. Tune in, lead consciously, and make a difference. Hello, and welcome to a new episode of the Conscious Leadership Podcast. I'm your host, Boris Nedved. Today, I want to call out something that every leader feels, but few dare to say out loud. Leadership today is becoming a performance, and we are applauding the performance, not the person. Everywhere you turn, there's a new model to follow, a new list of essential skills to learn, a new buzzword to internalize. Authentic leadership, servant leadership, adaptive leadership, transformational leadership. There are so many words for it. All valuable, all insightful, but all marketed like solutions to a crisis no one has time to understand. So let me ask you, when was the last time you were given space to actually live any of it? Because here's what I see. Leaders are being bombarded with expectations, told how to behave, how to show up, what to say, how to hold space, how to command presence. This is not growth. This is pressure. It is not authenticity. It's conformity wrapped in modern leadership jargon. It's learning without living it. Leaders are being pushed into an endless treadmill of learnings. Not to evolve, but to survive. Not to expand, but to prove relevance in a world that keeps moving the goalposts constantly. Attend this workshop, read that white paper, master this framework, earn this badge, and repeat. Repeat, repeat, repeat. But there's no room to pause, no room to reflect, no room to listen into your own inner voice, no room to embody it. Yeah, I call it embodiment because it's inside you. It should be inside you. Leadership becomes a checklist, a performance, a script, an act. And here's the danger. We are not raising leaders. We are breeding performers. This isn't leadership. This is survival inside a system that tells you how to be every single day. Take a look at most corporate websites and value statements, and you'll see the word authenticity splashed everywhere. We value authenticity. We lead with authenticity. We empower people to bring their whole selves to work. But ask the people inside those organizations, and you'll hear a different story. Because authenticity isn't something you declare, it's something you embody. Authenticity is messy, unpredictable, rooted in essence and not branding. What most companies promote isn't authenticity, it's sanitized compliance. It's about fitting the mold, just a more modern looking one. This is not empowerment, this is programming. And the result? Leaders are losing themselves while pretending to be the more real. When leadership is dictated by external templates, by models to follow, there is no growth, only repetition. No originality, just mimicry. No depth, only polish. This is not development, it's domestication. Let's be honest, the cost is massive. It leads to burnout masked as ambition, imposter syndrome dressed as humility, emotional detachment mistaken for professionalism, and teams led by exhausted humans pretending to be the leaders. And at scale, it stifles innovation. It erodes culture. It destroys trust. So what does real leadership require? Leadership isn't something you memorize. It's something you embody. And embodiment doesn't happen in a weekend seminar. It happens when leaders are given time to metabolize what they are learning, when they are encouraged to question what doesn't resonate with them, when they are supported in failing forward, and when they are allowed to express leadership from their natural design, not a role profile or a job description. We don't need more leaders following playbooks. We need more leaders writing their own playbook. And here's a truth most organizations ignore or just don't know about. Leadership isn't a behavior, it's a frequency. Quantum physics tells us everything is energy, and that includes leadership. So let me ask you, do you know your energetic signature as a leader? And what does your presence amplify or distort in your team? Do you know that? Are you leading from alignment or from obligation? We can't answer those questions using standard assessments. Questionnaire-based tools are limited, biased, and inherently reductive. They box people into categories. And what we need is clarity on your energetic truth. This is where tools like human design offer a new edge. Not as a belief system, but as a practical energetic framework. One that reveals how a person is designed to lead, to decide, to interact, to influence. Leadership is not a skill set. It's a state of being. We have to move from training to tuning, from templates to truth, from copying to calibrating. The future of leadership isn't about getting more done. It's about creating more coherence. And coherence only happens when we lead from the inside out, from who we are intrinsically, not from what role we play. So let's stop the performance. Let's stop the conditioning. Let's start a conversation about truthful leadership, about the energy, about the inner alignment. Here's my challenge to you, and that goes to every leader listening. What part of your leadership feels like a performance? What leadership traits have you learned, but never embodied, never applied, never lived? What would it look like to lead from your truth, not your training? Because here's what I believe. True leadership is not about what you do. It's about who you are. And no one can give you that. You only can claim it. Thank you for tuning in, and until the next time, stay intentional, stay conscious, and keep leading with purpose from the inside out. Thank you for listening to the Conscious Leadership Podcast. Look forward to the next episode to come, and stay intentional, stay conscious, and keep leading with purpose. Until the next time, bye.